Social sextancing, potty-mouthed ghouls, and ET phone heaven on today's episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes!
Welcome everybody to 1, 2, 3 Jokes! We did that already, but this is the competitive comedy podcast where we take 3 stories from the news, write 3 jokes about each story, and decide who has written the funniest jokes. My name is Jeremy Martinez.
My name is Ricardo Leon.
I am Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
And we are joined by 2 guests today. Our first guest, he is going to be judging this affair. It is our good friend, Bryce Hockenberry.
Hello.
Hello!
Hello, Bryce. Enough of that, Bryce. No more. No more, Bryce.
What does your shirt say, Bryce?
Oh, it says I may be wrong, but I doubt it.
That's a perfect shirt for a judge.
Exactly.
Yeah, why don't judges wear like T-shirts with like stuff on it that says something related to their job?
It was between this and a Golden Girls shirt. I went with this.
Let's see if you can back up your T-shirt.
Well, thank you for being a judge.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank
Love
you
you,
for
Bryce.
being
Love you so much.
a judge.
I love you too.
And the love being expressed is from our other guest, very funny stand-up comedian, Jonathan Gregory.
What up? West Side, biatch.
What's up?
And he is gang related.
Twice removed on his mother's side.
I have a question, and Jonathan, maybe you could answer it since you said West Side. They always say West Side, but the West Side is always east of something else. What is it west of?
You're so white. God.
It's east. I get what you're saying, but it doesn't work because it's the west side of a particular city. So yes, it's east in our city. It's east of some other cities, true, but it's not. I wouldn't say the west side in this city of metropolitan Phoenix, which I'm not really a fan of, anyways. I live in Scottsdale. I moved up, so I'm in Scottsdale. Beautiful, luxurious Scottsdale. Grew up in Sunny Slope, but I moved out into the luxurious, sensual streets of Scottsdale.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Those were all rap lyrics, right?
I'm just freestyling, B.
Carly prefers to represent with like exact latitude and longitude coordinates.
118 on 70, bitch.
Jeremy's wrong. I like cross street. And I want to know, like, the intersection. Like, are you on the northeast corner? Are you on the southwest corner?
Old Town Scottsdale up in this motherfucker.
Me too. Oh my God, maybe that's how I know you. We probably are neighbors.
When Carly heard that song Area Codes, she did not like it because she needed more details. She wanted more specific.
85251, 85251.
85251.
She's like,
we're in the same area code, lady.
She's like, there are too many cross streets these hoes could be located at.
I need to know where the hoes are at.
Is it cheating if you live on different cross streets?
Have you seen the guy walking? Have you seen the guy on the bike? And he's got like a mask on and he's dragging a dog. And he's got that whole the giant bag like strapped to his back tires. You seen that guy?
We're getting real specific here.
Bike and the mask and the dog.
There are local references, but then there are local references.
Just turn right when you get to the guy dragging his dog with the mask.
Well, if everybody's ready, do we want to get into round 1?
Sure.
Yeah.
Round 1. Millionaire to host Britain's first socially distanced al fresco sex party. And now, the al fresco, I'm going to sound real ignorant here.
That's the guy with the huge dick.
Al fresco is the guy with the huge penis?
Yeah, he's got a huge penis.
His name is Al Fresco.
Yeah, he gets invited to all the sex parties.
When I first read it, I read it as Alfredo sex party, and I thought, that sounds pretty delicious.
Sounds creamy.
Ew. Richard Stanley, a 72-year-old millionaire. Excuse me.
Oh,
I read that wrong.
That was close.
A couple extra mil.
There's only 2,400 billionaires in the world, by the way.
This guy's not one of them.
Isn't that one? Richard Stanley, a 72-year-old Britain millionaire, made headlines when a party goer died in his pool at a James Bond-themed orgy at his mansion 5 years ago. Now he is planning to come back from lockdown with a bang.
At those do they ever have like did they call the themed James Bond party Pushy Galore?
There was pussy galore there. Now
Take a look at these thunderbolts.
Now he's planning.
You only come twice.
Each of you, that's what I call octopushy.
Now he's planning to come back from lockdown with a bang at a bash he bills as COVID-19 compatible. Richard explained.
Jesus.
Let me just finish the story.
Stop it.
Richard explained to news outlets, it will be a voyage. I'll try to do the voice because it sounds like he is James Bond. Richard explained to outlets, it will be a voyage and monogamous Alfredo sex party. I have to follow guidelines to the letter as Janet, my partner, is is a practice nurse. If we get the go-ahead, it's going to be an amazing night. I've never seen James Bond. Was that okay?
That's perfect.
Oh. Richard met partner Janet Harrison at one of his legendary parties. After parties were axed by COVID-19, Richard says their regulars are gagging to get back into the action.
Jonathan Gregory, do you want to go first in this round?
Sure, I'll go first. Okay, it's my turn. Okay,
Sure,
everyone,
sure.
just be quiet. Man. So when I think of social distancing sex party, I think of people standing 6 feet away from each other jerking off. You know, so I'm assuming that Louis C.K. is invited to this thing.
It's not a sex party without Louis.
That's what he says when he walks in.
Every room Louis walks into is a sex party.
That's what he says when he walks in, closes the door, and locks it.
Pulls out his wiener.
Hey, it's going to be good for everybody's career, okay? They should just deal with it. I'm all for social distancing, baby, but you should know that they don't make condoms big enough for my 6-foot cock. So?
Oh, gotta stand 12 feet back.
Bob, you want to go next?
Sure thing. In accordance with COVID-19 guidelines, masks will be required of all guests. And in accordance with orgy guidelines, the masks will be colorful and adorned with feathers. Some eyes wide shut stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
If your eyes are shut, how
I
do
guess
you
you
know
guys
what the
didn't know
masks
about
look like?
that. Bunch of virgins.
Shut your eyes so the virus doesn't get in.
Get the goggles on.
And get the snorkel while you're at it.
Remember that movie Eyes Wide Covered with Goggles?
Great for him.
They're checking temperatures at the door. So if you're warm, you get sent home. If you're really hot, you get center of the room, baby.
Yeah.
All right, we're back to you, Jonathan.
All right. Well, this sex party is more proof that money can't buy you love, but it can buy you herpes.
Everybody tells me so.
I've been saving up.
You buying or selling?
Excuse me, 50 pounds to fuck my own wife outside? I can literally do that anywhere. It's a good thing that her mother's in town.
Did I mention that something about the people they've charging for the party or something? Is that why you said 50 pounds? I don't think I said it. I mentioned it in the story.
Talking about my 6-foot cock again.
Yeah,
My 50 pounds, 6-foot cock.
they weigh your cock before you can come in.
Yeah. Oh, what a burden. Yeah, laser distance measurer. They do both at the same time, one up top, one down low.
They use
Ooh, that sounds hard.
Your cock must weigh this much to ride.
To be ridden.
Thanks to the pandemic, the post-party cleanup will take 4 days instead of the usual 2.
Richard is asking guests to keep in mind that if you're over 60, you have an increased chance of getting fucked.
So they were saying like someone drowned at the pool there, but they investigated that drowning. They realized there was no pool. This guy just ate out a squirter.
Oh.
You got in the deep end over there.
Jonathan, that's not how we talk in the 85251.
I imagine the cops like, it looks like he drowned in pussy.
Wow.
There.
Detective, please be professional. A man died.
Just calls him like I sees him.
You know, if you're written up again, you're off the force, right?
Well, I guess I got to start practicing my Kegels. No way your wife is leaving this thing with clean eyes.
Oh, God.
The distance.
It's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. We're actually at a sex party. Hand me the binoculars so I can see the other people having sex while we're having sex.
Remember, after you get home from putting your PP in a VAG, put your PPE in a BAG.
I like it.
Jonathan likes it, but we'll see if our guest judge, Bryce Hockenberry, likes it. Those are the jokes, my friend. How do the points shake out?
All right, so Rick got none. I'm going to just start from the bottom. Didn't really hear any pops. Some of them were,
This is a guy you claim to love.
Hey, man.
It's tough.
Love's got to be fair.
Ricky, he may be wrong, but I doubt it.
I know for certain he's not wrong there.
I got Bob with 1 for the last with the binoculars joke. I got Jeremy for 2 with the center of the room and the 60-year-old. And then I feel like pretty much everybody laughed at all 3 of John's, so I gave him 3.
Oh.
Right, yeah.
All right.
Jumping out to an early lead, Jonathan Gregory. Congratulations.
Love you, Bryce.
I'll
give you that $10 later, okay?
Very suspicious activity going on right in front of our eyes. We'll see if round 2 is any different.
Probing potty-mouthed ghoul at site of historical murder. That would be such a good insult to throw at someone. You're just a potty-mouthed ghoul. Ghost hunters are probing reports of a potty-mouthed ghoul swearing at tourists at a beauty spot. The angry apparition is said to be a woman in white who tells people to fuck off in an area known as Dead Woman's Ditch. Maybe it's fuck off. Because he's a ghoul. Christine and Dave Thomas. Dave Thomas, the Wendy's guy?
Yes. His spirit.
The one and only.
Christine and Wendy's guy are investigating the site in Somerset, which is named after the murder of Jane Walford in 1789. The couple says they picked up on a voice, which told them to fuck off. There are voices you can interact with. Some can be quite nasty and evil. Not everybody is aware of the ghosts, the couple explained. Additional corroborating stories involve locals claiming online to have had things thrown at them by the ghost. One local claimed, when you walk across the park, a car park. This, first of all, this doesn't make any sense. When you walk across a car park, and a post-it notepad falls out of the sky with no one or buildings near. A few days later, in the same place, both myself and my friend heard whispering in our ears the words, "Hello." Another time I was walking along the canal and saw an old man walking towards me with a dog. It was a winter's evening, so dark. The man got near me and was looking down towards the ground wearing a cap. He mumbled, "Hello." And I said, "Hello" back. After about 20 seconds,
That's just common courtesy.
I looked back to see no man was there. I'd walked that way and knew that there was nowhere he could go as long as the canal. And there was no splashes or anyone falling in the water.
And one time, I saw a man on a bike dragging a dog.
But you have to live in a very small section of Arizona.
85251.
85251!
Ricardo, do you want to start this round off?
I do. You know, the ghostly couple fights, but there's still a lot of love there. You know, because I've also heard Unchained Melody as I walk by. Oh, my love, my darling.
Yeah. All right. I'll go next.
As sung by Leon Redbone.
You're old as fuck, Jeremy.
Yeah, well, who is that? Who's Leon Redbone?
He's an old singer. He sounds like that.
Spells all.
Jeez, you kiss your dead mother with that mouth? All right, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, sorry. Wow, that Jane Walford's got quite a mouth on her. Guess we know why she was murdered.
Jeez. Where's your joke at? All right, Jonathan.
It was the 1700s.
It was a different time.
It was a different time.
This is these people that think they're like in England. Is that where this is taking place?
Yeah.
Probably.
So, yeah, all these stories are from the Mirror.
Yeah, no. People are throwing stuff at them, cussing at them. They're not. That's not what. They're in Portland.
This episode will come out in 6 months to a year, so I don't know.
There will be no more Portland.
Guys, remember Portland?
The territory formerly known.
I'm trying to say with the current. It's got at least one joke.
Bryce is not pleased, it looks like.
I know, I'm just listening.
He's not going to get to the...
We've got to protect our federal ghosts.
Oh, no, Bryce, come on. Back to you, Rick.
Hello, 911. I'd like to...
You're holding your phone backwards.
He doesn't want to accidentally call 911.
Hello, 911. I'd like to report a possible domestic abuse case between ghosts. Oh, you can't help with that? Well, then who am I going to call? Oh, that's a good idea.
This ghost will seem pretty tame when Samuel L. Jackson dies with unfinished business. When he becomes a ghost.
Yeah, we got
Bad motherfucking ghosts.
I got a similar one to Rick's. Who you gonna call? I don't give a fuck.
That's just me.
Well, it's a potty mouth ghost.
a potty mouth ghoul.
Similar to mine.
Cool. It's the 1700s. Come on.
All right, back to you, Jonathan.
This whole thing, it's a beautiful hoax, okay? And I respect it because men are using this place as a place they can take their wives to cuss and throw things at them and blame it on a ghost. I love it.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
Did you just throw a post-it note at me?
There's a ghost. Didn't do it.
I'll never
You
tell.
called me a fucking bitch? No, it's the ghost. The ghost did it.
Why does every note in this post-it pad say, do the dishes, do the dishes, do the dishes?
Why do you keep wanting to go on dates here?
What I don't get is that these ghosts are from the 1700s. What connection do they have to Post-it notes?
Well, that's the thing.
Oh, Carly's house is haunted.
Ricardo, you gotta remember.
Well, in
One
the
thing you gotta remember, Ricardo, the most successful ghost hunter in the world has never caught one.
That's true.
Think about that. You know what I'm saying?
Is it back to you, Rick? I'm sorry.
No, I just went.
Oh, okay.
No, it's back to me. Sorry. Jesus, look at this fucking place. Goddamn cobwebs and broken mirrors. See, you cunt? This is why we can't have nice things. We're dead.
All right.
Fine. Whatever.
Connecting with some personal issues.
Yeah. You guys thought mine was bad, problematic.
I did. I continue to.
No. There can only be one. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. How about you go? Let's see. These types of apparitions usually appear after the living person unexpectedly eats shit and dies.
Lots of ghosts use foul language. With enough energy, even the ghost of an innocent-looking little child will tell you that your mother sucks cocks in hell.
I love that reference. It never gets old.
Maybe. Jonathan Gregory, you want to close us out?
Well, people in that town are homeless deniers. Okay.
So, homeless deniers.
They have to blame the homeless on a ghost. That's what's happened. They're like, oh, someone cussed me out and then threw dirt on me. No, a homeless guy told you to fuck off. He laid back down, and that wasn't dirt. That wasn't dirt they threw at you. Just took a shit.
Yeah, we got you. We are not homeless deniers.
A ghost just asked me if I had any. A ghost just asked me if I had any change, you guys.
I need them for my eyes.
You guys see that ghost with that sign that said "Need money for beer"?
I don't see homeless. I see ghosts.
All right, that'll do it for the
Hey, ghosts, get a job.
All right, that will do it for the jokes in round 2. We're going to go to our guest judge, Bryce Hockenberry. Who gets points?
All right. Well, good news is everybody gets points. Bad news is not everybody gets the same amount of points.
Oh,
Ooh, I like it.
So, unfortunately, Jeremy, you got 1 point.
Thank you.
And Rick, Bob, and John all got 2 points.
all right.
Rick got 2 for the Unchained Melody and the Who You Gonna Call. Bob got it for the Dead Mother and the Eat Shit. And then John got it for the Oregon and the excuse to cuss out your wife.
All
You
right.
don't like the homeless denier?
No, man, I don't believe in homeless people.
Hey, Jonathan, we didn't want to say anything, but that's just a green screen of a home behind Bryce. Actually.
And that's not Bryce, so that's just a mist of some kind.
Is that why you call him a mister?
Oh, boy. Now, Bryce, if you want, you could take points away from Carly.
Do it. You're not even real.
All right, she got the point back. She's back to 0.
All right, Ricky, you got to do some catching up if you want to catch up to our winning player right now, Jonathan, in round 3. Texas politician alienates Twitter users by suggesting PTs need religion. After the New York Times posted a story about the Pentagon's unidentified aerial phenomenon task force, GOP State Representative Jonathan Stickland suggested that if ETs exist, they will need extra help if they want to get up to heaven. Stickland describes himself as a Christian conservative, liberty-loving Republican, but many of his Twitter followers weren't impressed with the theological implications of his tweet. The initial Twitter post says, "If aliens are real, salvation through Jesus Christ is the only way they enter heaven. Hashtag Texas League?" I'm not quite sure what that hashtag is. TXLEGE. One Twitter user named @LibtardJesus1 commented, "Maybe they created us. Maybe your God was a precocious child of theirs that ran away and made a mess in a mud puddle." And @Restifo tweeted, "I am so sad for all the Gore Blaxians from Nuslar 7. Their civilization died out several million years ago before they could even become aware of our planet and Jesus. Now they're burning in hell and don't even understand why. Such a shame."
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll start things off for round 3. All right, homeboy is going to feel pretty stupid when that UFO lands and the alien steps out with his co-pilot, God.
I believe God is an extraterrestrial because you know what God said to Abraham? "You have been chosen."
That's cute. That's cute. All right, Jonathan?
All right. Jesus Christ and the aliens are very similar. They're both not real. I'm sorry, Jesus, if you're listening, it was a joke, okay?
Jesus is always listening, man.
He loves podcasts.
I love you. Love you, Jesus.
You're my man, Jesus.
E.T. phone home, said the alien Pope as he picked up his red phone. You know, the Pope has a phone he calls God with. Come on, guys.
Who's he gonna call?
The Pope. What?
NASA?
His mom?
Oh, burned him.
Burn the Pope.
Yeah. Burn the Pope.
Episode title.
I feel like we'll get taken down or something if we do.
Yeah.
All right. If you can convert them, how long before you see one of those Calvin praying at a cross decals on the back of a spaceship?
He's peeing on Satan.
And Jesus said to the aliens, "Eat these Reese's Pieces in remembrance of me."
Eat these candy, for they are my pieces.
Eat these Reese's, for they are my pieces.
All right, Jonathan.
All right, if aliens are real, is Jesus really the only way they can get way up to heaven? What about the fucking spaceship?
Damn it. I got a kind of similar one.
It's like, guys, I just came from heaven. It's
All right. Hold on a second. We need to get these documents reviewed by St. Peter. It says here that you have a pre-existing afterlife contract with Xenu for 1 billion years.
Was that at the pearly gates?
That's at the pearly gate.
The pearly gates.
all right. If I could ask the aliens one question, it would be, have you heard the good news?
Yeah. And Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one enters the kingdom of heaven except through me," or a spaceship.
Make sure to write that down too. Like, don't forget about that.
Or a spaceship.
Yeah. All right, Jonathan?
Okay, so this is what preacher Jonathan Strickland, he describes himself as a Christian, conservative, liberty-loving Republican. That's a long way to say I fuck kids.
We kind of got away from the spaceship stuff.
Jonathan's joke took a hard left turn at Andromeda. Like,
Indeed, it did. All right, Rick, you want to close us out?
All right.
Praise Allah, the Alludium Q-36 explosive space modulator, perfect for my suicide bomb.
Sounds good.
That's all, infidels. That's right. Everyone on the cast of the Looney Tunes is Muslim.
Interesting how Porky Pig is a Muslim.
yeah. The Al Looney Tunes.
No.
All right.
Okay, Bryce, do we have a winner of this episode?
Let me tally him up real quick. Now that I know the right way to do that.
I gave you such detailed instructions before you came on.
Yeah. I've seen it enough. I should know by now.
Is anybody is Jonathan frozen on anybody else's screen?
Yeah, the whole
Okay.
time. The whole time. But don't worry, Jonathan, you look great.
Yeah, not creepy at all.
I'll see if I can put a halo over your head in the video. All right. So Bryce, whenever you're ready.
Diligent note taking that Bryce is doing.
He's on like
Doing math.
he's on like page 6 of notes.
I
That's
know.
impressive.
I've never seen a judge on this show have a legal pad before.
I have a pen from a lawyer, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
And remember to send that paperwork to me when we're done, okay?
All right.
We like to keep a very specific record of our shows.
In the law archives.
So, unfortunately for Rick, he's last with 3 points for the night.
He got a point in the third round, huh?
Yeah. For the suicide, for the last one. That was mainly for the impression, if I'm being honest.
We always give Ricky points for suicide.
I gave 3 impressions. I should get 3 points.
Well, you still lose, so.
Yeah, do whatever the fuck you want.
Bob and Jeremy tied for second with 4 points. John won the night with 7.
Don't build the suspense or anything, Bryce. Just like announce it real casual, like.
And Jonathan blew away the competition. Congratulations to our guest, Jonathan Gregory.
Well done.
Thanks, guys. I mean, I'm used to winning, so.
I guess nobody cares about Jonathan winning. All right. Well, we're going to talk more to our guests, but first we're going to go to Carly Kastner and see if she has any burning questions.
Yeah, I do. I want to take this burning question segment back to the story about our millionaire sex romp. And I want to know what the perfect.
Yes,
We've
I'll go
answered
with
it.
it.
Thank you. We can finish the show. I want to know what the coolest or weirdest themed party you've ever been to was. Ricky, have you ever been to a sex party?
I've been to a sex club, not a sex party.
What's a sex club?
It's a difference. They're not partying in the club.
It's a thing I use during sex.
You know, you bash her over the head and then you have sex with her because she can't tell you no.
It's a club where you go and like some people are like having sex outside. There's like a hot tub. There's like people are spanking each other and stuff, and they have back rooms where they have like there's no chicken wings. They have swings and private rooms, and then they also have glory holes, which
is what you utilized when you went there.
No.
What did you do when you went?
Me and the girl I was with, we went into the back room and kind of fooled around a little bit. And just kind of touristy things. We're just watching people do stuff.
Tori, your
Taking
typical
pictures.
Just a lot of pointing and going like, wow, look at that.
asking someone where the nearest coffee shop is.
Can you sign my autograph book?
I didn't take the pictures. They took a picture of me and we're like, oh!
Did you have to pay to get in?
Yeah. It's cheaper if you bring a girl.
So you paid to go into the back room to fool around with someone you could have done for free at your own house?
Just checking out the whole thing, the whole vibe of what was going on.
Interesting.
So should we change course and say like who's been to a sex party or something?
I'm guessing it's only Rick, but if anyone else wants to talk about their sex party experience.
I can go tell you about my sex party stuff. I don't want to talk about that, but I can tell you I did get slapped by Too Short. That was kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
That was the theme? Show up and get slapped by Too Short?
That is really specific.
That was tight.
San Francisco.
I got a party. No, it was in Scottsdale. I got a party with Too Short. That was pretty tight. So we got to hang out. I knew him prior through a friend because I used to fight, and I met him through my gym, and I saw him at the club when I was filming some reality show thing, and I got to go in his VIP room, and it was just me, Too Short, and like 8 chicks, all like strippers, and that was tight. But I started getting wasted, and I just got too excited because I grew up listening to Too Short music when I was a kid, and I was just excited. I'm in a room partying with Too Short, and I hugged him. I hugged him, I grabbed him. And, he doesn't like that. So,
hey, you're not 8 women.
He bitch slapped me, and I was cool with it because I knew I fucked up. And he's a gangster. I don't want to fuck with him. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fuck with Too Short. So we're cool.
I've never heard of this Too Short. Who is
because
Too
you're
Short?
so white.
Todd Shaw.
Jonathan, I love that story just exemplifies living on the mean streets of Scottsdale.
They thought 2 foot 1.
Yeah, you fuck up, you get slapped by Too Short.
I got a wet willy from Heavy D.
And you got the Heavy D from Melly Mel.
Wet willy.
I wish there was a rapper named Wet Willie.
All right. Anybody else?
No sex parties for me. No rapper acts of violence upon me. Let's see. I don't know. A Halloween party? Is that the coolest themed party I've ever been to? Maybe. Is that the only party I've ever been to? Probably.
Same here. Bryce?
No sex parties. And, just pretty normal white trash desert parties for the most part. Just getting shot with paintball guns and getting stranded in the desert.
When I was a kid, not a kid, but when I was a teen and when I was in college, I used to host those murder mystery dinner parties, and they're always themed. So
that's why you don't know about Too Short. You're busy doing that.
They're so fun. I would love to do that now. It's been like probably 15 years since the last time I did it, but
I heard Too Short could never get on amusement park rides.
God damn. Okay, that'll do it. Carly's burning questions.
Because his dick didn't weigh enough?
Throwing shots at Too Short. Carly's trying to start a beef.
Good way to get slapped, Carly.
I was just bringing back the joke from earlier.
Good way to get slapped with that Heavy D.
Who are you, Wet Willie?
That'll do it for Carly's burning questions. We're going to go to our guests. First, Bryce, you. Is there anything that you want to tell the people about? Anything you want to direct them to online? Perhaps an Instagram?
Nothing of mine. I just promote one of my friends, I guess. Comedian you all know named Josh Graves. He's
rings a bell.
Yeah, he's a friend of the show, you'd say. No,
Josh Graves? Josh Graves is my boy. I literally, just before I got on the show, because I got a show in Vegas here in a couple of weeks, and he's one of my best friends, and he's coming with me to open up for me in
that's
Vegas.
awesome.
Yeah, Josh Graves, real funny dude, friend of the show.
I've hung out with Josh Graves too.
That's how I met Ricardo.
You didn't try to hug him, did you? Well, that kind of leads us into Jonathan Gregory's plugs. I hear there's maybe a show with Josh Graves on the horizon.
Yeah, everything in Vegas is shut down, but I just booked a show in Vegas, so I'm going to be headlining. I don't even know. I got to see. Let me look at my calendar because I literally just booked it before I got on. I'm in Vegas, August 19th.
On the west side of Vegas, or?
I think it is on the west side. Yeah, so it's on the west side. Me and Josh Graves will be there. I don't know. I'll get more detail. I literally just booked it before I got on the show on the show with you guys. So I'll have more details about it. It's hard to find stuff right now, but I can tell you that I have my buddy Manny used to work at Impressions. He did the door. It was a sex club in Sunny Slope where I used to live.
Do impressions?
No, it was like Impressions. Like make a good first impression, I think was the thing. But I used to go in there when I was 17 years old because he worked the door and I'd get in there. And those sex clubs are creepy. I'm not going to tell you that I did stuff in there because I didn't, but I watched stuff,
Tourist.
Well,
and it left an impressions on you.
Well, if people want to keep up with your comings and goings, where could they go online?
Maybe just your goings.
Just go they have these. There's like an encounter kind of thing on on Craigslist. It's kind of just go to creepycomedy.com.
All right.
That will send you to that's my website, Creepy Comedy, and then you can just go to my Instagram, Creepy John, or you can go to my Facebook. My name is Jonathan Gregory. I'm a person. I have a family. I like low carbohydrate diets, but I still indulge in pasta. I try to keep my breads low. And I just hiked in 118 degree weather today. 118 degree weather at 3:30 p.m. I'm at the top of the goddamn mountain hiking my ass off. So just a little bit about me and where I'm coming from. I have a size 12 shoe. I'm a 35-inch weight.
Damn.
Jonathan, everything you're saying sounds great.
5'11" and a half. We put my shoes on. I'm 6 foot straight. I got to have good posture. I used to box. I'm a 3-time Golden Glove state champion. I wore 50 fights. I used to do motivational speaking for the high school. I have a bachelor's degree from Arizona State University.
No,
Jonathan, I gotta say, Jonathan, I gotta say, everything you just said is going down verbatim on my dating profile.
And Jonathan, I'm on your website right now, and I see you've given yourself the title. Well, I don't know. Did you give yourself this title, the creepiest comedian in America, or was I given to you?
I should probably be the world, but yeah, I guess, yeah.
I doubt it's the world. There's got to be someone creepier in the world.
We'll have all the...
Thrillist, I'll keep going. Thrillist named me the best undiscovered comedian in America. Okay, so we have that too. Want to keep going with these things?
Well, I also see you have a photo with...
I did my pizza in ranch dressing. My wife is pregnant. I got a brand new pair of socks from Costco.
I hope you don't mind.
I like Orbit gum. I used to do the blue stride gum, but I switched to Orbit.
I see a photo. I see a photo of you and Nico.
No, Carly, let's wrap up.
No, I want to know more about Jonathan.
We have another episode.
We barely know Jonathan.
I'm excited to hear all this again.
Guys, we'll have all the links to dates and stats and achievements in the description.
I'm clicking on his bio right now. Holy shit, this is 9 pages long on your website.
I played 7 years of tackle football. I was a varsity wrestler in high school. I never made the basketball team. I tried out 4 times.
Hey, John, circumcised or uncircumcised?
I played with Mike Bibby in junior high school. I was on Mike Bibby's junior high school basketball.
God, Bibby? No way.
Yeah.
And U of A, right?
I'm something, Carly.
Circumcised or uncircumcised?
I actually am circumcised, and I'm pro-circumcision. We can have this conversation on another date, but I have a lot of data. I know there's a big movement to this is genital mutilation right now, but I can back up my data right now as far as you alleviate all of your chance of getting any penile cancer by removing the foreskin. You decrease your chance of any UTI by 60% by removing the foreskin.
Oh, wow.
You decrease your chance of spreading an STD by over 80%. So women should want to be with a guy, if you're going to be unprotected, that's uncircumcised. You can actually spread ovarian cancer to girls with a foreskin too. That ups your chance for ovarian cancer. So there's a lot of benefits to cutting off the foreskin. I'm very well read on this subject.
And of course, all of these are early answers to Carly Kastner's next burning question.
I don't have to ask it now.
Why is my foreskin burning?
All right. Well,
I'm not Jewish. I'm not, but I was raised in.
All right, Jonathan, we got to move on.
I do believe in reincarnation.
All right. Okay, so that's about as fine a point as we can.
Hey, John, boxers or briefs?
Oh boy. So Ricardo,
I used to wear briefs when I was working out. I switched recently to boxers. I don't know if that's because my age has made everything more mobile. I can adjust the movement larger. But I used to think that I had to use talcum powder and briefs every time I worked out, especially when I boxed for a long time, so I got really sweaty. But you find out that talcum powder can, cause cancer. So good thing that I moved on to the boxers, and I keep my airflow nice.
See, right at the end of the episode, we injected Jonathan with a truth serum, and he just started going off. Just the one question, and then boom, 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 boom. But we're going to have to wrap it up. Of course, you can find all our stuff online at the links below. But that'll do it for this episode. And we want to thank our guests, Bryce Hockenberry and Jonathan Gregory. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bryce. Hey, it was a real pleasure to kick all your guys' asses. It was great.
And we enjoyed it too. Thank you.
I prefer to think of you as bitch slapping us.
Because remember, if you ever think of that term, biatch, that is too short.
Oh.
He is the originator of that.
Here I was thinking it was my mother.
I know. You might have thought your mom, you might have thought Snoop Dogg, but biatch is too short.
Now, Jonathan, could you do me a favor and continue to talk as we go into the outro?
Absolutely.
All right.
I was trying. I got the brand new computer here, and I'm so pissed that the audio didn't work. So I'm trying to practice it and showcase for
I'm
you.
Jeremy Martinez.
I'm
I have the audio that was perfect right here. To give you a wonderful experience.
And our guest judge today.
And I'm
Bryce Hockenberry.
Psycho.
And for another episode of 1, 2, 3, go!
Social platform.
Welcome to Impressions. Go in the back. Kitty fuck.
Is this the way to get in?